right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, today we are going to talk about how to play Burnout by Green Day, which is the opening track off of course, the ever popular album Dookie. Always been one of my favorite songs, not just off the album, but just in general by Green Day. It's just such a fantastic song. Just the drums in it are amazing. The guitar is super simple, but really, really, really just packs a good punch. So before we get into it, kind of talk about the tone, how to approach it to try and get as close as possible. So we want to start off with obviously nice electric guitar. This here is my blue copy. We'll go over all the fun details on this on a different video, but this is one that I've got built up. It does have the Seymour Duncan, the SH4 humbucker, which is famously what is in Billy Joe's Blue, to help kind of give it just a really nice punch of a tone. So to go along with that, yeah, you want to go with a humbucker, a single coil, or a P90. You'll do it, but obviously if you're trying to be as accurate as possible, you want to go with a humbucker. You also want to make sure your guitar is in E-flat tuning. Pretty much all of Green Day's early stuff, up through Insomniac, was E-flat. Before they started going into standard tuning. So make sure your guitar is tuned up to E-flat. So tune everything half step down: E-flat, B-flat, G-flat, D-flat, A-flat, and E-flat. Once you get that, to set up the actual tone you're going to be going for. So he's known for playing his modded Marshall plexi heads known as Pete and Meat. Obviously, you're never ever going to be able to replicate it exactly. Go for a Marshall-esque Marshall, or amp style if you've got one. If you don't, that's perfectly fine. Just try and find like a nice drive to it, not overly heavy on the gain. Just make sure you've got a nice punch on the gain. Mids and treble, probably around 6 or 7, bass around maybe 5 or so. And you're going to want to adjust that based on, your room, your ears, your speakers, all of those different things make an impact. So what I'm doing with this rig, so I'm actually plugged directly into the Mac. You can see on my lovely monitor here with the zoomed outedness. I'm actually going with the old school Punk, which is under Crunch electric guitar, as kind of like my bass. Tweaked it a little bit from there, and I'll put up a picture of the EQ that I put on that actual amp head that comes for free with GarageBand. And then I'm also using the MXR Dookie drive pedal as my actual, the drive. Without it, just to turn it off and show, it still sounds pretty good. But turning on with the Dookie drive, it gives it just a little bit more bite. And obviously that pedal was modeled after the sounds. So to get right into it, there are 4 chords. There's 4 power chords that Billy Joe uses on Burnout. So you're going to have your 3rd fret here. So this is going to be an F sharp, because again we're tuned half step down. So you got your F sharp, you've got your B, which is going to be same same shape, same fret, just on your 5th string on the A string instead of the E. And then you're going to have your F chord. E chord. We're half step down and everything. So this is going to be your E chord, which is your 6th string, 1st fret. So you got, and then on a couple of spots where he goes up, at the end of the verses going to the chorus, he goes up to the 5th fret on the A string, and this is going to be not a D, so this is going to be a C sharp chord. Okay. So just to kind of get into it, it's super, super simple. The rhythm is a very important part of Billy Joe's playing. So it's going to start off obviously with a little drum fill, and then so to kind of talk about what that is. So you're going to start up on that 6th fret, and again, you get the rhythm by listening to it. And then from that chord, you're going to go up to your 5th string. So you're going to go, and then you're going to go back up to that 6th string. And then 5th string, then 6th string on your 1st fret. Back up to the 3rd fret. So. And then you're going to go back to your 1st fret, and then back. Then we're going to go to the 5th string on the 5th fret. So. And that is your verses. It's really that simple. You just get that rhythm right, and just it goes super slow. And more, real speed. Billy Joe does like using open chords a lot. If you watch him play live, so when he goes up to the 5th fret here, in standard tuning that would be a D chord, so it's still going to be the same shape even in E flat. So sometimes you'll see him go switch back and forth to go. So you can kind of pick and choose what's more comfortable for you to do. So that's everything for the verses. Going into the chorus, it's, again, you listen to the chorus to kind of get the feel of it. There's, coming into the start of it, you'll have just like a quick little stop. But so the chorus is going to start off playing on the 5th fret here at the 5th string. You're going to go down to the 3rd fret. So to go through that a little bit slower, so you're going to end. And okay, very simple. You're using really just those same 3 chords, just in a slightly different pattern there. And then finishing up here on the 5th fret. So super easy, just. And then going into, at the end of that chorus where it's going into the amazing drum solo there by Trey, you're playing this, and then it goes into. So 2 different ways that you can play that. Again, watching how Billy does it live, it's a little bit simpler, especially if you have smaller hands. One way is just going with that power chord. Just make sure you're actually holding down these higher strings on that chord. So you're essentially doing the bar chord, but kind of like a power chord, so you can get those higher strings. So you're going to start by doing just that, and then you're going to add in on the 2nd string here, which is your B string, you're going to add your pinky here on the 8th fret, and then it's going to stretch up to the 10th fret, all while maintaining that power chord. So. A much simpler way to play it, so if you're doing that the Bower, which is a mixture of bar and power, you're doing that bar chord, you can actually just kind of come over, take your index finger on the 7th fret, and just hit the B string, the G string, and the D string. So just hit all of those on that 7th fret, and it's the exact same thing as you just don't have that root bass note. So doing that, it's the same thing. You're gonna hit that, and then hit the 8th fret on the B string, and then the 10th fret. And it's that simple. Just super easy. And then when it goes into that drum fill, the guitar part you hear, it's just 2 chords. Very, very, very simple. Just you get the idea. Just super, super easy. You're just going to want to get that rhythm right, because again, that's the biggest part of Billy Joe's playing, is he's not coming out here with crazy solos and tapping and all this kind of lead work. What makes him really, really, really good is the rhythm that he plays with, and the energy he puts into the guitar. That's truly what makes him unique. So, super easy song. You're just gonna go through and just use those chords, go in the order like we just talked about, and learn the rhythm, and it's pretty easy from there. So from here, let's do a playthrough, and you can see and hear how it all gets played.
I declare I don't care no more. I'm burning up and out and growing bored in my smoke-jack boring room. My hair is shaking in my eyes, dragging my feet to hit the streets at night and drive along these town lights. I'm not growing up, I'm just burning out, and I stepped in line to walk amongst the dead. Oh, apathy has rained on me, and now I'm feeling like a soggy dream, so close to drowning, but I don't mind. I'll live inside this mental cave, throw my emotions in the grave, a hill that needs a mini whip. I'm not growing up, I'm just burning out, and I stepped in line to walk amongst the dead. I'm not growing up, I'm just burning out, and I stepped in line to walk amongst the dead. Dead.